I almost feel bad for Justice Ketanji Brown, man. People have almost forgotten that she doesn't know what a woman is. They have almost forgotten that she's in over her head, man. She probably does not belong on the Supreme Court. But anyway, forgotten or not, she made sure that we were all reminded today. And here's the thing. If you're going to be on the Supreme Court, you have to at least try to sound like you know the law or know how government works. And you probably should not be asking questions that will allow an attorney to basically expose you for someone who doesn't belong on the court, right? Essentially, she asked, if immunity was put in the way that the Trump team is saying that it was, wouldn't that just embolden future presidents to commit criminal acts? And yeah, that's a scary thought, of course. It's kind of an interesting argument because it's essentially the opposite of the real concerns people have about immunity being destroyed by the court. But the Trump attorney's response is pretty spot on.
Benjamin Franklin said we view the prosecution of a chief executive as something that everybody cried out against as unconstitutional. And what George Washington said is we're worried about factional strife, which will...
No, let me put this worry on the table. If the potential for criminal liability is taken off the table, wouldn't there be a significant risk that future presidents would be emboldened to commit crimes with abandon while they're in office? It's right now the fact that we're having this debate because OLC has said that presidents might be prosecuted. Presidents from the beginning of time have understood that that's a possibility. That might be what has kept this office from turning into the kind of crime center that I'm envisioning. But once we say no criminal liability, Mr. President, you can do whatever you want, I'm worried that we would have a worse problem than the problem of the president feeling constrained to follow the law while he's in office.
I respectfully disagree with that because the regime you've described is the regime we've operated under for 234 years. There has not been an expectation based on 234 years of unbroken political.
All right, let me ask you another question. Let me ask you another question about this.
This is what happens, man, when you take civics out of schools and then you virtue signal those neglected students all the way up to the Supreme Court, right? You just don't understand how even the simplest functions of government actually work. But his answer is perfect. This is the way our government has worked for over 240 years. And she doesn't even argue it. She just says, oh, okay. And then she moves on to another poorly conceived argument just about as quick as she possibly can. So obviously, this is not going to be a unanimous decision. I think that's safe to say. I wouldn't think that it is, at least. She sounds like she doesn't know which way to go. But I believe it will be close. And there will be some sort of reaffirmation of what exactly absolute immunity for a president really looks like. And it's crazy to watch, man. But all of these insane overreaches by the Biden administration and all these other agents of the left, they're all crumbling to pieces, man. And they're all crumbling right on schedule. But I thought you guys would get a kick out of that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you haven't already, guys, be a part of our growth. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Most importantly, share the channel. I'll see you in the next one.